What's up with it? You watching the Bay Bomber TV. And yeah, we about to check out this video from the YouTube channel Hood TV. And the title is Sauce Walka artist stole 200K and got him shot. Yeah, man, that's a fool with it, man. I ain't gonna lie, they acting like Sauce Walka had something to do with it and got him hit. But ultimately, though, Sayso P really ran off with 200K and dudes came to get him. Did that mean he possibly got Sauce Walka popped up there? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that was the first rumor going around about the situation that he ran off with like 200K or something. That's where all the allegations and speculation started at. Don't lie too, if it was like a paid hit there and shit, the people that did it, man, it could just be business for them. Possibly didn't even have no problems with Sayso P, was just trying to get that money or something, you know what I mean? So all we know, the person that really had the issues is just sitting back somewhere for real though. Hoping the story spiral out of control, you know what I'm saying? Until everything sound far-fetched, you know what I mean? But like I was saying, man, if Sayso P really ran off with 200K and dudes came to get him, possibly got Sauce Walka popped up, man, for real though. But yeah, man, I haven't checked out the video, don't completely know what they talking about, but let's check it out and see what they talking about.
Sauce Walka's own affiliate, Sayso P, described as both his stylist and artist, may have orchestrated a long play finesse that got him unalived and nearly cost Sauce Walka his life. And now new reports are emerging that people who did it were from the inside. So what's the truth? And did Sauce Walka knew something like this was going to happen? It all went down on March 20th, 2024, right outside the Westin Hotel in downtown Memphis, literally across from the FedEx Forum. Sauce Walka and Sayso P were just out there when a car pulled up. Suspects hopped out and started letting off. Sayso P didn't make it. Sauce was critically injured but survived and was later stabilized.
Man.
Now, at first glance, this might look like another tragic robbery gone wrong. But Memphis isn't just any city for Sayso P. It's his city, and it's where a lot of bad blood was boiling beneath the surface. According to credible street sources, multiple individuals speaking independently, Sayso P had committed what many in Memphis consider the ultimate betrayal. Sometime before the incident, Sayso P had allegedly run off with $200,000 from local figures during a dice game. Not just any dice game, though. Sources claim it was done through tricky dice, a deceptive hustle tactic that guaranteed his win and their loss. And this is why Sayso was moving different, because he knew people would come for him. In fact, the last time Sayso P touched Memphis soil, he was already moving like a ghost. But when Sayso P returned to Memphis this last time, he didn't lay low. Quite the opposite. He jumped online, flexed cash, posted videos bragging about being untouchable, and flaunted stacks of money and diamonds. It was seen not only as reckless, but insulting.
What are you talking about? Here's the totem people, man. Got this on bankroll, go yard, diamonds, all this, man. They have this, man. See what the fuck going on. Hold it. Sauce on it, man. Still holding it, but it was holding.
As one person wrote,
yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. That's the first time I heard about the trick dice situation, man. If that's the case, man, that's crazy for real, though.
Publicly after his death, ain't no way you thought you had that much rank in the city that nobody was gonna try you, especially after pulling out all that money last night and you have beef here already. Them folks been waiting on you to come back. You ran off with 200K, shaking my head. Now here's where things start twisting. When everything went down, Sauce Walka was the one who caught a bullet. But according to sources like Rainwater, a Texas music executive and someone who's been around this game for years, Sauce might not have even been the intended target. In fact, according to Rainwater, the shooters reportedly stood over Sauce, realized who he was, and told him he was good before leaving the scene.
Oh, he from there?
Yeah, he from there. So
now it's making sense, because I thought, like, is this nigga from Texas?
Nah, I heard they stood over Walk and realized it was Walk and said, nah, you good. He knew what he did and ran out.
Oh, they stood over it.
Yeah, they realized it was Walk.
Oh, they didn't know it was him.
They ain't know him now. Buddy from there, he was popping in on that Sprinter. Like, I'm back here. You know, he was popping. I'm here. Ain't nobody gonna do it. Over South Walker.
So now everybody's
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. How Memphis is, man, they crazy as hell out there, man. So yeah, man, he definitely was slipping with that one, man. Especially if he ran off with 200K, man. He was too hot to be out there, man. And it's crazy too, because a lot of rappers do get taken out in their hometown, man. For real though.
Asking the same thing. Why did Sauce catch that stray? Well, one reason could be plain proximity. He was right there with Sayso P, and sometimes that's all it takes to end up in the crossfire. But then there's another theory, according to sources floating around, and this one's cold. Sayso P might have dropped the location himself, and this was a warning to Sauce. Before the whole thing went down, Sayso P was tagging Sauce in Instagram stories, posting from the Westin Hotel in Memphis. That's already a red flag. Sauce had reposted a few of Sayso's posts before, but not that one. Now that's interesting. Why would Sauce skip that specific post? Some folks think it's because he already knew being too visible in Memphis could be risky. Sayso P, though, he either didn't care or had something else in mind. There's speculation that tagging Sauce in that post may have set the trap. Whether intentional or not, it put both of them in a hot zone. But what really got people side-eyeing this whole situation was Sauce Walka's reaction after everything went down. You'd think he'd be devastated, right? But nah. Sauce was seen smiling in videos, back to making jokes, almost like he survived a bad car crash instead of a targeted hit.
Man.
Now, at first, that energy had people scratching their heads. But if you follow Sauce for a while, it kind of starts to make sense. Dude has been living by a certain street code for years, and it shows. In an interview filmed just before the incident, Sauce got real about how he sees things. He said straight up, if you're in the streets, making enemies, moving reckless, and you don't own up to it, he's not losing sleep over what happens to you.
Who you decide to hustle with, if you hustling dice, selling weed, hard, robbing, stealing, finessing people out their money. If you're doing anything that's unjust or not clean, or you're disrespecting people, or you are involved in groups of people that are disrespecting people, anything like that, and you're not holding accountability on yourself and the people that's around you that you connecting yourself with, then you're putting yourself and your family and the people that you love in danger. Stop playing with people. If you're not really like that, if you're not really on it, and then being really like that, being really on that means that certain times you can't be with your family. Ain't no being a daddy, because you chose this street shit. You chose to be a part of other people that's in the street shit. You chose to rob somebody. You chose to dice a certain type of way. You chose to steal somebody weed. You chose to steal somebody chain.
In that same breath,
man, I ain't gonna lie, that's a fact, man, for real. You do gotta hold yourself accountable for your lifestyle, for real though, man, because at the end of the day, everybody got choices, man, for real though. And if you chose to live certain lifestyle and do certain things, man, it might come back to hunt you, man, for real though. Don't lie, man, Sauce Walka was keeping it real as it get, though, right there, man, for real though.
He explained why he didn't feel bad about Lil Ronnie's death, even though a 5-year-old girl was caught in the crossfire. So why would he mourn Sayso P? From Sauce's perspective, Sayso P brought the heat on himself. His lack of humility, the money flex, the location drop, that wasn't loyalty, that was recklessness. But then this story took a crazy turn. Not long after Memphis PD named 21-year-old Jaden Dandridge as a suspect in the case, the entire vibe shifted. Before cops could even make the arrest, word got out that Dandridge's body had been found hundreds of miles away, dumped behind an abandoned mall in Greenspoint, Houston. He had been multiple times and left behind the old Macy's loading dock at the Greenspoint Mall, a place so abandoned it was the perfect spot to dispose of a body without anyone noticing. And this part got people asking all kinds of questions, like how does a man allegedly involved in a Memphis case end up laid out in Houston? Was it retaliation? Was he part of an inside job that went wrong? What's even more telling, Dandridge wasn't the hitter. He was seen in footage getting out of the car and holding a weapon, but didn't fire. So why was he the one taken out? Sources speculated he was a liability, a weak link who, under pressure, would have snitched. Better to silence him permanently than risk the feds getting details about who sent him and from where. And let's not forget, this ain't the first time Sauce Walka's circle had to deal with heavy heat. His crew, the Sauce Factory, TSF, has been on the feds' radar for a minute now. They've been labeled a documented gang involved in all kinds of shady activity. Stuff like moving product, real violence in the streets, and even human transferring, if you know what I mean. Although Sauce Walka denies direct involvement, court documents show that in 2018, a federal warrant was executed at the TSF mansion. Among those arrested, Sauce Lean, Jamian Sims, a high-ranking member of TSF who is now serving life behind bars for trafficking minors. and it gets darker.
Man.
According to court files, this all kicked off after a teenager escaped the shelter and got pulled into that lifestyle. She was later caught in a sting at a strip club in Houston. Surveillance footage and social media posts linked her to the TSF mansion and multiple members, but not directly to Sauce Walka. Still, Sauce's proximity to these events raises eyebrows, especially when you consider the lifestyle TSF promotes online: foreign cars, exotic trips, flashy girls, and fast money. Moving back to the case where we're still wondering who was truly responsible for Sayso P dropping dead, and now that Dandridge is gone, the attention has shifted. Authorities are locked in on another suspect, 22-year-old Kevin Brown. He's still out there, wanted in connection to the incident. Memphis PD already put out the arrest warrant, and from what we're hearing, they're not letting up until they find him. And the internet already lit with takes. One user said they knew WTF he was with before they even put they play in motion. He was on the internet popping his ish all day. Sauce didn't get spared his ass, just did it moving after that first shot, and he's blessed, and he wasn't the intended target. Another user said Sauce chilling because he know he got the life insurance about to pay out that bread. Now, I don't know about y'all, but it's kind of weird that we still don't have a full breakdown of how this even unfolded. Like, too many names, too much movement, and way too little clarity. So what do you think? Will Brown's arrest bring some clarity, or is he just the next name in a long list of people tied to a deeper mess? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
Yeah, man, that's a fool with it, man. And I ain't gonna lie, them dumping the body in Houston, that's like one of the oldest tricks in the book, man, for real though. Because people was already suspicious of Sauce Walka, so if you throw the dude in Houston, then that's gonna throw even more suspicion on Sauce Walka, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie, I think that could have been intentional though, for real though, man. That's like one of the oldest tricks in the book, for real though, man. But yeah, man, ultimately though, man, if Sayso P really ran off with like 200K and then that situation happened, shit, ultimately he got Sauce Walka popped up, really, to be honest. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, just having dudes around you sometimes, man, be dangerous. Their problems can become your problems, man, for real though. And how these dudes came to get Sayso P, you could have just been somebody that was around Sayso P and thought he was a cool dude or something, and they just came up and just did that, and then you would have got hit too, you know what I'm saying? You do gotta be aware of who you around and stuff like that too, man, and what they be up to and stuff too. Because if you're around some shady, wild dude, man, shit might end bad for you, for real though. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe to that Babe Bomber TV. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. Until next time. All right.